Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here. Has been a few days since I did a video. Was gonna do one for Monday, just didn't get around to it. And plus, if I did do a video, most of that information wouldn't have mattered much because everyone got announced out after. Obviously, Irving, Giannis, Al Horford, and John Wall, and so on. So a lot of people were out. So yeah. And obviously, I didn't do one yesterday because there was only 3 games. So we are right back at it today. And, there is probably going to be a lot of news coming out here once again. Just the way it is here on these big 11-game slates. A couple injuries to look at. Most of them are from the late games, so probably won't get word before lock. So, let's definitely get into it as normal. If you want to join us, we'd love to have you. $35 a month for Fanduel and $35 a month separately for DK. Also, if you want to get in on the season, it's $350 for the entire season. That includes FanDuel and DraftKings combined, so you're getting a pretty good deal there. And like I said, if you want to get in on that, check out our website down there in the comment section below and hit us up on Twitter as well. So I think that is mostly it. Let's see. So we got 11 games here today. For the most part, some pretty good ones. Like I said, there are a couple injuries out there. A lot of value out there. So the only thing about value is it could be bad or it could be good just because the value could crash on you. Also, so much value, that means the scores are obviously going to be very, very high. So if a couple of your value guys don't pan out, you're probably screwed. So hopefully, all the value guys do pan out. So definitely a GPP day, just like it was on Monday. So let's get into our first game here, New York and Cleveland. So news just came out that Fizdale, obviously that's the coach for New York, said he's going to change up his starting lineup here tonight. Like I said, that news just came out. So I don't know exactly what they're going to do here. Anyway, we got a 214 in New York by 1. So Robertson, like I said, he could be starting. We have no idea what they're going to do. So definitely have to keep an eye on that there. Anyway, in this one, you can look at Larry Nance. He'll be very popular. I don't know how much exposure I really want to him. Yeah, I know Thompson's out, and, it looks good on paper. But as we know, Nance is one of those guys that could suck or could be good for you. He is in a pretty good spot, but, it is Larry Nance. So definitely proceed with caution with him. Like I said, we know how he is. I'm looking at Osman as well. He's a small forward, power forward. He's going to play 40 minutes out there. I think he can get you around 27 to 30 fantasy points. So I really don't mind Osman. And also, I've been picking this guy quite a bit. Colin Sexton, good for 25 to 30, as we know. Hill is gone. I know Dellavedova's there, but I still like Sexton to get you 25 to 30 fantasy points. And also Thompson is out, so that's going to give him a couple more extra shots. So I don't want too many people from this game. Like I said, you can look at Nance. He'll be very popular, so I might have him in a couple. But that's really it. I don't want 100% exposure to him. And then, like I said, I do like Osman. Probably one of my favorite out of the 3, Osman. I'd probably go Osman, Sexton, and then Larry Nance if you had to pick. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. On that New York side, like I said, they just said they're going to switch the lineup up, so I can't really tell you anything who to pick here. For the most part, really don't care for New York. There's so much other people out there. You can look at Blossom Game as well. Forgot to mention him. Small forward, power forward, just out there trying to play. Obviously, he was drafted by the Spurs a couple years ago. So just out there to play. Had a double-double last time. Not going to get you a lot, but he's only 3,900, so 20 to 23 will definitely be all right. So that's what I'm looking at there. Like I said, I just hate picking Cleveland or New York guys just because, they're always up and down. All right. Let me go look here. Next game is Indiana and Milwaukee, 218 and Milwaukee by 2. Personally, I really don't have anybody from this game. Just don't like it here. A pace down game here for Milwaukee. It's a 218, but I really don't like it. So you can look at Giannis, but personally, I'm not playing anyone from this game, so there's no one even I would even consider. Oladipo could play in this one. You could look at Collison, but like I said, to be honest with you, I'm not playing this one. So I'm not really gonna go into that game just knowing that I care for. All right, Brooklyn and Philly at 223 and Philadelphia here by 7. So as we know, Jimmy Butler is probably not going to play in this one. He is listed doubtful, so I do not expect him to play. I don't mind targeting this game. Spencer Dinwiddie. You can look at D'Angelo Russell. I do think Brooklyn can give him a pretty good run here. So Dinwiddie. I do like Russell quite a bit as well. Furkan Korkmaz. I have no idea how to say his name. Anyway, I do like him. Korkmaz. Like I said, I'm sorry I do mess his name up. Anyway, here he is right here at 4,200. So like I said, if Butler doesn't play, he'll probably step in. He'll probably still be on the bench, but he'll probably get some pretty good run. Had 12 shots last time out with Butler exiting there in the second half, and looked pretty good. 18-7, 1-1. He is one of those guys that does like to shoot the ball here. So I do like him. I think he can get you 25 to 30 points. Obviously, if Butler for some weird reason plays, obviously I'm not going to play him. But, definitely don't expect Butler to play here. So Dinwiddie and Russell are my two I like over there. I do like Joe Harris as well to get you around 23, 24 points. So, like I said, I really don't mind targeting a couple of these Brooklyn guys. As normal, probably just a couple lineups with these Brooklyn guys. Not going to have a lot of exposure to them, so just a couple. But I do like Furkan. Like I said, I do like him quite a bit on Fanduel and DK. You can consider Ben Simmons if you want. Obviously, I really do like Joel Embiid. I do like him a little bit more on DK just because of that double-double upside, but I do like him here as well on Fanduel. So, I really don't mind targeting this game. There's probably going to be about 2 or 3 in my lineup in this one here. All right, moving on. Boston, Washington, 220 in Boston by 4. So this total and spread's probably going to move throughout the day just because of so many injury news. Al Horford, as you see there, likely to miss a few games. Gordon Hayward is out. Aaron Baines is game time decision. So kind of like it was last time out. But the thing about this one is I don't know. It's not really in a high total here. Some of these cheap guys we saw last time out, they really didn't do a lot for Boston in a fast-paced game against Pelicans. Like I said, this one could go either way. They could get blown out. They could blow out Washington. I don't expect a crazy high total in this one here. So, but like I said, they're cheap. So you can definitely consider Williams here. Not really an offensive guy. Maybe he might get you 20 to 22 points. You definitely can look at Tatum, Marcus Morris. I do like Morris quite a bit. And then probably you can look at Irving, 85. He might do half decent, get you 43, 44, but not a lot going on in this game here for me. Like I said, there's a lot of cheap value guys, but I just don't see anyone that I'm personally going to pick here. But like I said, you can consider him, Marcus Morris for sure. Tatum, he's not cheap, but you can look at him. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Probably Morris is my favorite cheap guy, value guy from that Boston one. But besides that, I'm not really targeting this one. I don't like messing with Wall. He's just trash right now. Beal, maybe look at him, but Smart and Brown are pretty good defenders. If Otto doesn't play, maybe that changes the game a little bit. You can look at Kelly. You can look at maybe Markieff Morris a little bit more if Otto is out. But for the most part, not looking at this one. But like I said, Tatum and Marcus Morris, got to consider them for Boston since they're going to be getting a little bit more run than normal, a little bit more usage. So that is what I'm looking at. I can't really say too much. Need a couple more injury news to come out on that one. It says Kyrie Irving will play today, so I'm just looking at it right now. Anyway, Detroit and Charlotte, 219 in Charlotte by 5. So Detroit is kind of banged up. Griffin is probably going to be coming back tonight, but for the most part, they're banged up. Ish Smith is out once again. Bullock probably not going to play. Like I said, Griffin is probably going to play in this one. Stanley Johnson will probably play. I don't know how many minutes he'll play. Glenn Robertson is out, so they're hurting a little bit. Luke Kennard right away, I like him. Yes, I know he went off because of Griffin being out, but even with Griffin being back, I still think Luke Kennard can get you 25 to 30 fantasy points here. If you guys don't know, he is a straight shooter. That's what he does. 28, 8, 3, 37 points. Like I said, that was without Griffin. Griffin probably will be back here, but I still think he can get you 25 to 30 at 4,100. And I just mentioned all those guys, Bullock, Robertson, Smith being out. So not many guys to go around there on that front court. So Kennard's probably going to have to play a little bit longer than normal. And as normal, I do like Drummond. I always like Drummond. Picked him last game, and he did pretty good for us. I do like him quite a bit on DK. Only $8,700 on DraftKings. Compared to Joel Embiid at 10,500. So if you need a discount there, definitely look at Drummond. I think he is in a half decent spot to get you his 45 to 50 fantasy points. And also, I forgot to mention with Luke Kennard, Langston Galloway. I did forget to mention him. Where is he now? Is he a point guard, or did I just miss it? Sorry about that, guys. Trying to find Galloway. There he is, 3,500. Wow. Yeah, definitely can consider Galloway $3,500 punt play. There we go. As normal, he probably going to be on the bench, but I do like him. Had a bad one against Philly, but he does show signs that he can score. Not really a scorer in his career, but kind of an all-around guy. But, he's going to get his normal, big minutes in this one just because of everyone being out. So I think he can get you 19 to 22 in this one. Just probably, like I said, a filler. Wouldn't have him in a lot of lineups. But if you need someone just really cheap for $3,500, I think you can definitely look at him. I think that's mostly it from that one. So, I really don't mind a couple from that one. Galloway, Luke Kennard. You can look at Griffin as well. I do like Drummond, especially on some DK. That's kind of what I'm looking at there in that one. All right, moving on. New Orleans and OKC, 233 in Oklahoma City by only 2. So, this should be a good one. A lot of people are going to be targeting this one for good reason. I hope New Orleans can keep this game close. I have a weird feeling that OKC could blow them out in this one. Boston beat them with all their backups. So hopefully New Orleans can keep up in this one. If they do, which I hope they do, should be a good one. Westbrook, Tim Frazier. Frazier looking pretty good. Drew Holiday, Dennis Schroeder off the bench. He's looking very solid. Paul George as well. Nikola Mirotic's going to be out, so you can look at Check Diallo. Just a punt filler for me. He might get you 17 to 20. And then obviously Anthony Davis and Randall. So just one of those games is pick and choose who you can from this one. It should be a good one here for sure. Like Samir ticks out, so obviously that's going to help out Randall quite a bit. But I do like Drew Holiday. He's really cheap on DK. I think it was 7,900 or so, something like that. Which, as we know, it's really cheap for him. So I really like Drew Holiday at his price tag. I think he's in a good spot. Schroeder's only $5,300. A lot more favorable over there on DK for sure. Chuck Diallo's exactly $3,000. So even if you only get you 18 or 19, that helps you get in another Westbrook or an 80 or something like that. So for me, this game, like I said, I like it on FanDuel, but a lot of these guys are a lot cheaper on DK. So if you're playing DK, definitely target this one for sure. And, obviously these guys are going to be well-owned, high total, cheap prices. So definitely, remember that. All right, moved on. Portland, Memphis, 204, and Memphis by 3. Portland coming off a kind of an embarrassing loss there to Houston. They were up by 15 or 16 points in the first quarter and kind of let them back in there. So, Portland, they're a pretty good team. I just don't know what happened there. But Houston always has their number. So, honestly, not much going on. If Mike Conley's out, you can consider Shelvin Mack, but there's so much other value out there. I don't know if you really need him. That does help out Marc Gasol a little bit. But even him, he's 7,400. He's been struggling. So, honestly, not much going on in this game for me. Two slow defensive teams. I'm not really feeling it here. So, personally, probably going to pass on it. You can look at Mack if Conley's out, but I just don't have too much exposure to this game. All right, moved on. Atlanta and Dallas, a 223 in Dallas by 9. So one of those games that Atlanta could stay in it or Atlanta could get annihilated like they normally do. So there's a couple GPP guys you can maybe consider in this one. You can maybe look, yes, I know it's hard to mention this guy's name, but Trae Young boomer bust GPP play only for me. I do like Kent Bazemore as normal. Only 55 on DK. I do like that. Harrison Barnes, you can consider him if you need to, but just really not much going on. Jordan could eat in this one, but I just don't know how competitive it could stay. Let me see here. Who else are we looking at? Dwayne Dedman, I do like him on DK a little bit. He might get you 25 or 30 at only $4,400. So that is kind of what I'm looking at. So not much going on. If you're going to have exposure, maybe look at Young, Bazemore, and Dedman, but for the most part, not really feeling this game too much. All right, moving on. Miami, Utah, 2-11, and Utah by 7. Let me go look here. So Whiteside looks like he is still out. Hey, sorry about that, guys. My dogs are fighting over here. Sorry about that. Anyway, like I said, Whiteside is still out. You can look at Bam and Kelly as normal, but man, are they outrageously expensive. That's up to you guys. Like I said, I love picking these guys, but they're just getting so expensive, and their value is coming down just a lot right now. They were at like 5.5, 6, almost 6.5 times value with their cheap price tag. Now they're sitting at about 5 times value right now. So even though they're getting a lot of playing time, you're paying for it now. So they're not really good cheap value picks anymore. They're still good plays, don't get me wrong, but they're just not cheap anymore, and you're not getting really a cheap price tag is kind of what I'm saying. So if you want to spin up for them, they're half decent plays, not the best matchup against Utah, but you can still look at them. Utah, not that good of a defense as they were. So you can look at Wade, man, 61. Oh wow. I do like Rubio. That's probably one of the guys I would pick here from this Utah game. He's only $5,900 here on DK. I do like him on FanDuel as well. So I got him for around 33 to 35 points. So I do like Rubio. Probably one of the few guys I'm picking from this game. Oh, shoot. I forgot to mention also in Dallas, I forgot to say Jalen Brunson as well. He might be a little popular, but consider him since Smith is going to be out. So you can look at Brunson. But anyway, yeah, Rubio probably in this one. And I don't see much else. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got in this one is Rubio. So moving on, not really into that one. We got Minnesota and Sacramento, 228 Minnesota by 3. So this should be a good one here. 228 total. Don't mind some De'Aaron Fox. And this one, Bogdanovich, solid half decent play there. And then I really don't mind Marvin Bagley. Prices come up, but I can definitely still look at him quite a bit in this one. Let me go look here. He's only 48 on DK, so I do like him. Like I said, I do keep mentioning DK prices just because they're so much cheaper than FanDuel. And like I said, FanDuel is really tight with their prices. So, but I do like Bagley. I don't mind him on FanDuel, maybe in a cash game. I wouldn't go crazy on him just because he's 6,200. But you can look at Towns. Covington's probably going to play in this one. So I'm looking at Bagley. You can look at Bogdanovich and maybe some Fox and consider Towns in this one. But probably not too much going on here for me. All right, moving on to our last game here. We have Toronto and Golden State, 228 and Golden State by 7. So if you guys played last night, Kawhi Leonard decided he didn't want to play until after lock there. So don't know if he's going to play here. Some people, a lot of people are expecting him to play. It is apparently a hip issue. A lot of people thought it was just a rest, but usually, he doesn't rest on the first game of a back-to-back. So looks like it is a real issue with him. If he doesn't play and we get word about it, obviously you got to go Lowry again. You got to go Siakam, Ibaka, all those guys. But probably 100%, we're not going to get any word on Leonard. He's going to go around, shoot around, and see how he feels. So, yeah, one of those question marks that really do affect this slate a little bit. If he's out, that spread could go up to 9 or 10. If he's in, is he going to be healthy? A lot of question marks. So, I'm probably favoring the Toronto side in this one. I'm not really feeling Golden State You could probably look at Curry. He is a little bit too cheap here. But like I said, Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Ibaka, and probably Siakam, only if Leonard is out. And we probably won't get word of that because that's a late game. And like I said, shoot around, he's going to have to go through and see how he feels. All right, so anyway, let's get into it. I love Westbrook. Let me see here. I do like Brunson quite a bit. So you can put him in there. If you don't want to go Brunson, you can also go with Tim Frazier. I personally don't think he'll be too popular. I do like him on DK a little more, as I said, because of his value. So if you want to go Frazier, put him in there. I do think Brunson will be a little bit more well-owned than Frazier is. I think for the most part, a lot of people kind of forgot about Tim Frazier. Let me see here. Over here, like I said, I love Holiday. Like him on DK a little more. I do like D'Angelo Russell quite a bit if you want to put him in there. Let me see here. Where is he at? Like I said, this guy, I'm not going to say his name again. I mess it up all the time, but you can put him in there. If you have enough, if you have enough money left over, you can take out Russell and go put in Drew Holiday. If you have the money for it, I really do like Holiday in this matchup. If you don't want to spend up for Russell or Holiday, you can go Dennis Schroeder and save a little bit of money there. He still should put up 30, 35 points. And then small forward, you can probably go a little cheap here. None of those guys are really must-haves. But also not much going on. So maybe you can look at Osman and I guess go up to Paul George if you want to. But for the most part, not looking good at small forward. Power forward, I do like, obviously, Anthony Davis. Don't mind a little bit of Tatum. Marvin Bagley, Larry Nance, Markieff Morris, pending on Otto Porter news. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Noah Vonleh, I forgot to mention him. I do like him. And Chuck Diallo if you need someone really, really cheap at $4,100. And then center position, I do like Joel Embiid. I do like Drummond. Both of those guys. Let me see here. I do like Dedmon. Very expensive on FanDuel, but a lot cheaper on DK. You can look at Mike Muscala maybe. Oh, never mind. Joel Embiid is playing. So never mind on that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. So it's kind of favoring DK just because it's so many more cheaper guys over there, but still FanDuel a little harder, but I still should be able to get a lineup in there. So I do like Westbrook or Frazier. If you want to go Brunson, you can go that way. If you want to take out Russell, go up to Holiday. If you want to take Russell out, you can go down to Dennis Schroeder and then maybe go get some AD in there. I think you have to have Anthony Davis for sure. And then maybe go down to Chuck Diallo if you want to, or maybe Theus or something around there, Markieff or Marcus Morris. It's kind of what I'm looking at as well. So that is mostly it, guys. As normal, if you want to get in, check out our website, $35 a month for FanDuel and $35 a month separately for DK to get in on that. Like I said, check out our website in the comment section and also hit us up on Twitter as well. So that is mostly it. A lot of news is probably going to come out. Like I said, it's early in the morning, so anything can happen. So definitely keep that in mind. So that is it. If you enjoy the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate your guys' feedback. And we will see you guys all here on Friday. Another small slate for Thursday, which sucks. Three small slates here within 5 days. It sucks, but like I said, it is what it is. We'll see you guys here all on Friday.